Unlike your typical month or year-end close that takes time, effort, and money to accomplish, with Carillon ERP, the process is as simple as clicking a checkbox. Since Carillon ERP functions in real time, all of the data needed for closing has already been entered into the system. That means that all of your data, like journal entries, is standardized and organized. Financial reporting and review couldn't be easier. Moreover, there is no need to go through numerous people within or outside of your company to gather the information you need. Unlike most systems, which are date-driven systems, Carillon ERP is a period-driven system. In date-driven systems, you occasionally have to enter the incorrect date to post the transaction to the correct month. For example, you might get a vendor invoice dated November 1st for services or products received in October. With a date-driven system, you may have to enter an invoice with a date of October 31st rather than November 1st. Lastly, Carillon ERP lets you control who can have access to this window. The security ensures the privacy and safety of your financial information. Carillon ERP has many other exclusive features that you will discover during the how-to portion of this video. To do your month or year-end close, you need to go to Period Maintenance. Period Maintenance is located under Maintenance, Period Maintenance. To begin, you will first need to select the correct company. To do so, double-click on the yellow box. When you first set up your Carillon database, you will tell it the earliest year you will ever want to have set up. You will not be able to open a year earlier than this, so you want to backdate as far as you think necessary. You can go back to 1950 if you want. Although you see years displayed as 2-digit years, we store all years in the database as 4-digit years. This is to make the system easier for you to use. Since Carillon is a period-driven system, it has both a transactional date column as well as a period and year column. You determine which period and year you want the transaction posted to, regardless of what the transaction date is. Although most clients have 12 or 13 periods, you can actually have up to 366 periods in a year. You also have the option when you enter a transaction to have the period and year default for you if you would like. Carillon ERP allows you to have unlimited periods and years open at the same time. You can post transactions as far in the future as year 2049. We tell clients that if you're still using this system under maintenance in 2049, we'll be happy to give you an upgrade. Additionally, you never have to close one period or year prior to working on the next period or year. This is important when you're trying to prepare 1099s and accounts payable or W-2s and payroll. It's actually important anywhere you're still reconciling information from prior years or periods. In a multi-company scenario, you can close periods and years for different companies at different times. Also, companies can have different fiscal year ends. Once again, Carillon ERP never makes you close one period or year before you can start working in future periods or years. By entering the year that you want to work on, all the data associated with that year will be populated below. As you can see, I still have many periods open for this year. To close a period, you simply need to check the checkbox next to the period you want to close. And to open a period, all you have to do is unclick the same checkbox. If all checkboxes are checked, the year is closed. By closing the year, you can no longer post any journal entries for that year. In order to save these changes, simply hit the Save button at the top. Now I'm going to give you an example of how you can post future transactions. I'm going to do the same process by selecting the company and year I want to work with. In this case, we will be using year 2014. Since I've never worked in this period and year before, you'll notice that it is asking me if I want the system to automatically assign the beginning and ending date of each period. I'm going to let it do that for me. Now I'll close most of the periods so that somebody doesn't accidentally post in them. The ability to open future years and post transactions to them is extremely nice, and it eliminates the need for recurring transactions, although Carillon ERP does support recurring transactions as well. For example, if you want to go ahead and post monthly depreciation for the next 12 months, there's nothing to stop you from doing that. So no matter where you are in the system, you do not have to close a period or year in order to work in another one. Carillon ERP was designed to make your life easier. And that's how simple period and year-end closing is in Carillon ERP.